The enemy comes in to rob, steal, kill, and destroy, but I come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Welcome to the antidote. Welcome to the antidote. I'm your host, Marshall Brown. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, my Lord and Savior. I'd like to thank you for coming on to the antidote today. The antidote is a show that is here to empower, to encourage, to motivate, and also to set the captives free. It's a testimonial show where I have guests come on and they give their testimonies in the event in which it happens. And these are real life testimonies. These testimonies are so incredible that it's just like the beginning said, the enemy came in to rob, steal, kill, and destroy. But God came in to give life and to give it more abundantly. And to my guest, her name is Gabrielle Taddeo. Just that happened to her. The enemy came in to try to kill her, but God had the final say-so. He came to give life. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Gabrielle Taddeo. I said your last name right? Taddeo. Taddeo, that's a beautiful name.
Thanks,
that's an
Michelle.
apostle.
Right, Taddeo.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome in itself. I want you to go ahead and give us your testimony.
Thank you, Michelle.
Just like it happened.
First, I want to thank you so much for inviting me and to be here and to share my life, what happened, the event that brought me to the Lord. Thank you. About 8 years ago, I had gone through a lot of abuse, domestic violence, and for quite a while. And many women today are going through the same. And I just wanted to touch with these women that are going through those kind of abuse, domestic violence, children abuse. And I believe that God had given me a second chance to live again and finding the purpose for living again. As I said, I was going through those kind of domestic abuse. And suddenly I was left in a coma on March the 4th of 2000. I was rushed at the hospital. I was home alone. My husband had left, gone back to his home country in South America. And I was with my two little boys, Jonathan and Gianluca. And Gianluca was about a year and 4 months. And Jonathan was approximately 4 years old. And I began to bleed to death in my own house. And I thought I was tired and just didn't realize what was going on in my body. By the time the day went by, it was getting worse and worse. And I was feeling weaker and weaker. It was so peaceful to die. And I felt there was something, I just want to sleep.
So you felt like that because you were going through the abuse? And
through the abuse. You know, that's a way of escaping the abuse. You just wanted to rest. You just want your body to go. That's it. And without realizing the two kids I was going to leave behind. I was rushed to Gwinnett Medical, where I was brought into emergency room. I would not realize that I was pregnant 5 months with the third child. They did some kind of testing on me, and meanwhile they started giving me blood transfusions because I was bleeding. And they had given me what I heard was approximately 48 pence of blood, trying to save my life.
How long had you been bleeding?
The whole Friday night through Saturday morning.
Wow. Okay.
I had lost 90% of the blood. I was still unconscious, and I asked God when I was brought in that ambulance to forgive me for everything I have done. And I don't know why, but because I was not a Christian at that time. And I asked the Lord to take care of my kids. That's how. I mean, I given them in His hands. In the ambulance, I remember they couldn't find my veins. My veins all collapsed.
Right.
So they had to do IVs through my
Neck.
neck.
Like a PICC line.
Yeah, actually almost to my brain, you know. And they had given the IV. It was brought into this Gwinnett Medical. And but what I was worrying about, it was the kids. Be left home alone, and somebody was going to take him away. And that was Saturday morning. And I was told I was pregnant. They're going to give me a C-section. So I had agreed with it. That was fine. I wasn't in and out, you know. And by the time I knew that the next following day I was brought in, that's when I woke up the next day, because I guess I went to a shock that I had a new baby. The new baby was 5 months, 2 pounds.
5 pounds?
2 pounds.
Okay, 5 pounds.
No.
I mean, 5 months old and weighed 2 pounds.
2 pounds.
Okay.